Yay! That was really good.
Great. That was fun. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to part 2 of our interview with Eric Blue, where we pick up on his journey as a musician, exploring his lyrical inspirations and the evolution of his bands. Get ready for intimate stories and profound insights into his creative process. So grab a drink and get cozy as we dive deeper into Eric's musical world together.
So I think a lot of people are kind of still in that place of getting cool with them.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, after having spent that year or so getting cool with themselves, went back out into the silliness of the, and realized, oh no, I'm just not ready to rejoin the Earthlings yet.
That one's me. And it's a thing I've noticed too, and I know I've brought it up to you guys before, but it's like it's changed. Like something's changed where it's very self-focused. Where I noticed, like at the grocery store, for instance, it happened 2 days ago because I was getting snacky snacks for this, and like I've never actually had this happen before, where I'm walking behind somebody, the person in front of me stops, so I stop, I can't get around them because somebody's coming towards me, and this person who's coming towards me stopped, physically grabbed my cart and moved it out of the way, and I'm trying to get around, And this has happened to where people will just walk in front of you, and it's just you don't exist to anybody unless you absolutely interact with them. Like there's I'm the main character.
Yes. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think a lot of people went into it kind of going out and doing stuff, and then came out of that time period on some very main character shit.
Oh, yes.
And in a lot of cases, it's stolen valor.
Yeah.
Like, no, listen, you two can definitely relate. Because y'all are like textbook main characters. As am I. Like, I don't know. But there's main character just because, you come in and you're that motherfucker.
You're that bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's toxic main characters.
Yeah. Which we know a few.
I'm not even gonna say no name.
No, but I will
say that other people are narcissists, and I'm like, do you have a mirror?
My favorite moment with Eric is, and I'm not gonna say their name, but it was at the Columbia Theater.
Oh, I already know where you're going.
And I was
I already know
in charge of the camera, and I was the photographer, and
I was doing the makeup.
And you were doing the makeup. Yes, we touched tongues. And there's a picture of us, and we had our tongues out, and they touched while we were taking the photo. So that's our thing. But
is that the year that Shelby won?
Yes.
Yeah, because
yes, it was.
Yeah, that was the year that Shelby won.
Yes.
That was the chaotic year, because of the fights and all of the crazy shit. But my favorite, and it happened twice, I think. But my favorite was, I was supposed to be filming the stages, right? And we had the judge camera by itself, and then I had a camera up top that I could set and move around. You called out somebody. I don't know. We were all had a little bit of drinks that night, but
I
you were like
out a couple people.
Oh,
you did. But my favorite one was somebody specifically, and it was amazing. And you
I
just
called out a judge once.
That's the
one you're talking about, because I also had
I moved the camera down. I'm like, I heard where you're going with it. I'm like, oh, I know where this is gonna go. So I'm gonna move this bad boy right down there, and I'm like, I'm gonna face. I was up above. I'm like, I know where this is going, and I want this on camera.
Oh, yeah. That's content.
It was amazing. It was such content that I wish I had the copy of it, so I could just
tell
watch
people what it was, because we all know what happened, but the people at home don't know what.
Oh, that is true. So Eric called out one of the judges for their typical bullshit, and I can't remember what specifically it was, but it was just a lot of. This person also did some dirty stuff to me. They were mean specifically to anybody that wasn't on their team.
Yep.
But also, I think I can say this. Yeah.
In hindsight, just very competitive.
Very competitive, but also like I'm gonna say it because I don't give a shit. Also sabotaged his own team by purposely getting one of his people eliminated in the beginning. I didn't.
Ooh,
do you
we'll
not
have to
know about
talk
that?
off mic about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some new
Yeah.
tea.
So that was I got
That's
a lot
some
of tea.
typing
But
hat.
that happened, and we're just like, you can't do that, and it happened. And then all the drama ensued after that. That's why I call it the year of chaos, because it was just absolute chaotic with the points, chaotic with the purposely getting your own person eliminated, and then you call them out, and I'm just like, oh, that's why I was like, let's go.
Well,
Get it.
I think
And it
in
just
that
call him out on
particular
that
year,
time?
that person
It was
kind of
so
had
hard.
it coming.
No, he did.
Because
It was years of this happening.
Yeah.
it had been a couple years, because that was maybe my second of the I think I did 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This was the last one you
He
did, I
was
think.
mean
Yeah.
to people, though, too.
Very,
That was
very
also-
mean.
and
Not
And
even
it wasn't-
Simon Cowell.
It wasn't
even Simon
constructive
Cowell.
either.
Yeah.
I remember yelling at him, being like, "That's not constructive.
It's just being
What
nasty.
you just did is not constructive. It's being nasty." I did that a year later.
And for those of you that don't know, this competition wasn't like it wasn't specifically a singing competition. It was, but it was
a
also
karaoke
like
competition.
it was, but you weren't allowed to
but
use the words.
Yeah, you couldn't have lyrics. So
And-
it was a singing competition.
Yeah, it was a
with-
singing
with
competition.
karaoke tracks.
But it
Yeah.
was also like the judges, like it was kind of like The Voice, where you had your own team
Yeah.
and you were giving them singing lessons outside of there.
Yes,
So
yes.
it was very like it was supposed to be constructive.
Yes.
It's supposed to be making you a better singer.
Yes.
And the process over the weeks of this taking place, and this judge wasn't like giving constructive
No.
feedback so you could be a better performer.
He
It
was
was
just
more
being
like
nasty.
you sound disgusting, or you're
Cat in the
you
Dryer
look
is the one that I heard.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
that outfit doesn't work for you. Like
Yeah,
it's
when
just
he body
little
shames
things. Yeah.
others.
Well, and that became a rule that you couldn't
Yeah.
talk about a person's look.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes people would come out there and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
But that was a rule, like you can't talk about the look.
Yeah.
And I think it even got to a point where you couldn't talk about the song choice. It had to just be about the performance.
Oh, okay.
No.
You can
Song
talk
choice,
about the choice,
song
yeah.
choice was never.
Or was it the
taken.
performance itself? I know you couldn't talk about the outfit.
Oh no, yeah, you couldn't talk about the outfit, and you couldn't be like, "Oh, I never liked this song," but you did what you could with it. It was that. Like you couldn't bring personal biases about the song,
Yes.
which I think in the long run is
Yeah.
for the best, to be like, hey,
Yeah.
don't bring your biases about the song
Yeah.
itself.
And everyone would
Because a lot of
karaoke
people did
hosts,
songs
so
and I
yeah.
just like, oh god, this again.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh
Right.
god, okay.
Anyways, to get back to it, so what
Yeah.
the reason why I had to just kind of put this person back together
Mhm.
was I was giving feedback to one of the performers that night. And I think it was somebody, I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody on that person's team that they were the judge of, or they were the judge, but also the coach of that team.
Yeah.
And they said something to the effect of, don't be mad because you're worried about your team, or something about
The
that.
caddy,
And I was like, oh no, wait, hold on.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
hold on, words mean things, and you never got from me anything like that about my team. I'm absolutely confident in them. I think they can mop the floor with anybody on your team, and let's see how it shakes. And some other words.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. I remember it got really quiet.
It got really quiet, but
Yeah.
then also,
But you also got
there was an
applause.
audience.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
There was an
Everybody
audience
wanted
in there,
this.
like a full house, and
It
like
was
at the
singers
end of
and
it-
their families.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, people were like,
Yep.
word.
Everyone
I
started
remember
clapping.
there was a huge applause, and because like we were all sick of it.
Yes. We
Mhm.
were.
It wasn't like you said, it wasn't constructive. It was just very hurtful, like
Yes.
every single time. And like after a while, you're like, and then that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do it anymore, because it's that whole experience of like, okay, I wasn't really getting better. I was just,
Here's the
I
thing
was
My
just
about
feelings
it.
hurt every week.
Yes.
I
But
really,
it was back when you could say the outfits and stuff too.
yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had been in a couple singing competitions early on. It was never even to the level of KWC. But it was one of those things where I would always get so anxious and nervous about this thing that I know I can do.
Yes.
I know I can do.
Yes.
But like, you know, I'm looking for every little frown and every little wrinkle, and are they writing too fast?
It's relatable.
What, you know, it's just like, you know what, this is not what it's supposed to be for me.
That's how I felt with you as the judge.
Yeah.
Like when you didn't say, like, I was looking.
Oh.
I know the exact feeling, but I'm not trying to say that as like a thing. But that's how I felt up there. Is like, I love the song, I'm confident in it. And then it was only two. Like Naomi was just like, I remember her face was like, I'm like, all right, like this is my go-to. Like, am I not a good singer? And it was just like, I was so confident.
No,
but
it was the
so
song
nervous.
choice.
It was.
Yeah.
I have not done that again for a competition at all, because you were completely right.
Well, but like, you ought to know.
It's just an angry song.
It's not even about the anger in the song.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just been played so much
Mm-hmm.
on the radio, and everybody had Jagged Little Pill when it was out.
Oh God, yeah.
And then you get into the karaoke's, where everybody's singing this fucking song.
Yep.
And it just kind of landed on beat up ears.
Yeah.
Not even deaf ears, but just like, because I heard it, but I was just like,
I've heard it a million times.
That's You Ought to Know.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so
I get
like,
it. Yeah.
like I was looking for people like, I want to hear you.
Yeah.
And I heard You Ought to Know.
Yeah. I figured it out later, but that totally makes sense, because like when I host, my little secret was every time I'd host somebody did What's Up by Four Non Blondes. That's why that first song, like when we were talking about it, that's what. So I would open with that, and then when somebody would go later, like
board.
Exactly, like somebody already sang I'm so sorry. So I was like, that's what
you missed it. Oh my gosh, you killed it.
Sorry. that's how I got away with not having that song played.
I might use that even when nobody's already done it.
Oh really?
Yeah, like if I just
smart.
don't feel like hearing Wannabe.
Yeah.
Oh, you
God.
missed it. It's like an hour ago.
Sorry.
Someone already sang that.
So Fast Nasties.
Yeah.
It has a blend of blues, rock, and soul. It has a distinct vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Has the Seattle music scene influenced your sound and style? And if so, how?
No.
I didn't think so when I wrote it. But I'm like, I'll still ask just in case.
I mean, I've made some really... the Seattle music scene has influenced my ability to perform, has influenced my ability to get into some backstages, and so I've been asked to do some very interesting, worthwhile, fun things with amazingly talented people. That's what the Seattle music scene has done for me. The Seattle music scene brought me into the recording academy. So while I'm not completely shitting on it, I can't really say that it's done anything to elevate how I hear and channel and translate music.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it too.
I get it. I kind of thought that. And I'm like, well, you never know.
But see, here's the thing about the Seattle music scene. It's so saturated.
It is.
It
like
is.
you throw a rock, you can't throw a rock without hitting 3 people in a band.
Yeah.
Everybody in my band they're all rock people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like kind of metal people.
Yep.
Alice in Chains, Tool.
Yeah.
Well, you know Don.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all kind of cut from that cloth, except for maybe Bradford, or ska. There's a lot of ska in the Soul Review. That's horns,
Yeah.
But you find the people that want to learn more about the music you're doing.
Exactly.
And that doesn't mean you're going to be awesome straight out of the gate. They have to kind of get it under their fingertips, and the changes and the intonations and just the rhythmic patterns.
That's the beautiful part. Yeah. It's finding your...
You have to find the people that want to learn, not play the music you're trying to play. They want to learn the music you're trying to play.
Yes.
And a lot of the folks
that so good.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I put the Soul Review together.
You're like the minister of music. You just preach it.
I'll take that.
Preaching it.
I'll take that.
That's good advice.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything for the kids. But yeah, that's so. To answer your question about Seattle music scene influencing my style, no.
Okay.
Andreas and I started our own genre of music. We call
Yeah.
Fast Nasty's progressive blues. You mentioned
Yes.
how it's kind of got its
Yeah.
own vibe.
It does.
So we call it progressive blues.
Mhm.
And what that is so the blues, just the
Yes.
12 bar, your granddaddy's blues, the
Yeah.
ding, 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 right? The purists, the blues purists. So many great genres of music have come out of the blues. You got rock,
Yes.
funk, jazz,
Yes.
Yeah.
gospel, if you insist. Soul, country,
Yes.
Mhm.
all have come from the blues, but the blues won't let it back in the house.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, my mother had 5 children, and she lets us back in. Hell, half of us are still living there. But
Oh my
I think
God.
it might be hard for
Oh, yeah.
0.5 of a person to live there, but you never know.
Yeah.
So we kind of took the idea of, okay, well, you kind of have this basic platform, but then you allow some funk into it, and you bring this shred and rock guitar back into it, and you bring these powerhouse soulful vocals into it. That's just not kind of whoa, just kind of. You bring it into a modern era for a modern ear,
Love it.
Love
and
that.
you talk about things that are of the day.
Yes.
And so we call it progressive blues because it progresses
Mhm.
the blues.
Yes.
I think it's a bit arrogant for me to sit here and say that I've created a genre, but it is what it
I've
is.
heard it. And
It's awesome.
it's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I honestly can say I've never heard anything really like you hear the blues,
Mhm.
but like it is so modern. Like I don't know, I haven't heard anything like what you do, and that's
I mean,
what,
it's still all live instruments. It's not uber modern. Like
Yeah.
we haven't brought any drum
Yeah.
machines or anything like that into it. Because I still think that there is a throne is for a drummer. And that's just
it's not the same. There's an energy.
There is.
there is an energy to it.
Yeah.
There's a non-programmed flow to it.
Yeah.
Like you get a drummer, and let me tell you something. One of the best drummers, some of the best drummers I've ever met are church drummers.
Mhm.
It don't matter what church they drum at. Get your church drummer if you can find one.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah, Zach just laughed at her.
No, yeah, serious.
It's true.
Yeah.
But there is a thing, like one of my favorite things in a band is when I'm playing bass or guitar or whatever. In the last band I was in, I was playing bass and I turn around and just jam with that
Mhm.
drummer because we're in sync,
Oh,
you know.
when
And-
you get a drummer and a
Oh.
bass player that just sync up, this
Shout out
that's
to
the
Dave.
show.
Him and I were just like one, and I remember just taking the tip of my bass and just hitting it on one of his cymbals and turn around, and I was just like, that was just that thing, like
Mhm.
there's that energy there, and I love that. I miss that, but there is nothing like a drummer. It's that
when you
energy.
get- yeah.
It really is.
The drum machine just doesn't have it.
No, well, and that's the thing. Like, I would look like a damn fool stepping on stage with 12 musicians and singers and a drum machine.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're pretty right.
But I
Like,
mean,
why not get
so
the drummer?
weird.
but I mean, at this point,
Yeah,
but there is an energy that a drummer brings,
yeah.
and especially if you get musicians in your crowd,
Mhm.
which again, Seattle, throw a rock, 3
Yes.
people in a band.
Mhm.
People are going to focus on the bass player. People are going to focus on the vocals. People are going to focus on the guitar and drums.
Yeah.
And you get all that wailing and flailing around back there, like that, like you know where that rhythm is hitting
Mhm.
Yeah.
just by the timing of the arm strokes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it adds to the aesthetic,
It does.
Yep.
and that's why I don't feel on stage that I need to be gimmicky.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to be James Brown. I
No.
don't even need to be Michael Jackson.
Nope. You're Eric Blue.
I'm Eric Blue, and that'll have to do.
Yeah. And it does do.
but like a lot of people even like, throw your hands in the air and let me hear you scream.
No.
You will never see me do that.
Oh,
at a
you
show.
mean like a whole Green Day concert? Who's one of my favorite bands. But like when we saw them the last time, we went to T-Mobile Park, and I saw them during their 21st Century Breakdown. It was phenomenal, and it was in Detroit, which was amazing. And you're right, Detroit will get you. We got pulled over, and I remember the street was just bare. There's nothing. It was dark. It was like 1, 2 in the morning. We got pulled over. Cop looked at my mom, looked back at me. It was just like, all right, so you see all those stoplights? Yeah, you can stop at any of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. You just slow down, but you don't stop. Get out of here. And we're like, okay.
So here is also another little tip about not just Detroit, but like anytime you find yourself in what is clearly a hood, a lot of people will look to see who actually stops at the light, because people who live there
know not to. Mm-hmm.
So if you're just sitting there waiting for the light to change,
we're gonna get you.
They're gonna come and get you.
Yeah. When
you slow down to make sure someone else isn't busting through.
We're
the
like,
other side of the light,
officer. But yeah, Green Day, when we saw them, was amazing. Absolutely phenomenal show. A lot of fire. It was great.
Which to me is also
a lot of pyrotechnics. It was, but it wasn't too much. But I remember it was like, whoa. But I was also a teenager and I was in my angst, so like fire. But when we went to T-Mobile Park, I actually helped set up for that concert. So I got to be on the stage, all that stuff, but they don't let you watch the show. So my mom bought me tickets, which was amazing. But it was very money grabby. It was like Weezer, Fall Out Boy, which saw Fall Out Boy once before, and it was very pitchy. I don't know if he got vocal lessons. It was amazing. But Green Day was very like every 4 to 8 bars was like, put your hands up, Seattle! Like every like 12 times a song.
I don't think I said Seattle once. Oh, I did mention the Mariners.
Yeah.
But it's like, Seattle!
Over and
put
over.
your hands up. And it's like, no.
3 songs in, him and I both looked at each other like, all right.
Like me, I'm going to give you a reason to put your hands up without telling you to.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
You take us to church. You really do.
Like I like to get people, if it's an open space, I like to get people up dancing. Hell, even if it's seated. I don't do a lot of seated shows.
You don't.
No, I don't like this.
There is a thing where I was like, I started moving my hips at your show, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Is he making me Shakira? Like, what is happening? But you make it move, like
that's
without even knowing, like you just want to.
Yeah,
it's
well, and that's
beautiful
song
thing.
choice.
Yes,
exactly.
And then also just kind of
you go for it.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, that's it. You got to riz the crowd.
Yes.
Do you have any other questions? I have one more.
I feel like all of my questions have been answered as we've been talking.
You've almost touched on, and I ask every guest we have that's a musician, your songwriting process. I know you said you went to school for journalism and everything. You're a writer. I know that. What comes first for you? Is it because of that the lyrics come first and then you write the music, or is it the music first and then the lyrics? Or is it kind of both?
Neither. It's a title.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Please share, because we've never had that. I didn't even expect that.
Pretty much every song I've ever written has started with the title. Even John Popper told you, the hook brings you back.
Yes.
Right?
Wow. Yeah.
And so it's you want one of those earworms.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of, if I just think of a clever turn of phrase or a clever play on words, or just somebody says something that just sounds like, oh, that's a song title, that's an album title, that's it. Then I'm like, okay, well, what is that talking about? And so with Fast Nasties, it's so much easier because I have a just incredible songwriting partner in Andreas. And so with that, it's like he just noodles little things around on his guitar, and he'll put it all. There's a drive file just going back to 2014 with probably thousands of concepts at this point. Wow. And it's just like a buffet. I'll go through and I'll have this song title, like, okay, well, let's see what fits this. So I'll just go through and I'll listen to the little clips that he puts in there, because none of these are complete songs that
Yeah.
that he puts in. It's just, he'll be riffing on one of his 40 guitars, and
Jeez. I need to meet this guy.
Oh my gosh, he's just one of the best people I've met ever. And I will say, oh, this sounds like it could be that kind of thing. And then I'll just kind of, from there, I'll just kind of give it maybe a little bass line, kind of catch the rhythm of it, and come up with the story, the lyrics, with somehow incorporating that title as my main hook. Then Andreas and I get together, we work out the bridges and the turnarounds, and if we want to vamp at the end kind of thing. And then, there it is.
Wow.
And that has gotten us to the point where, so we have our current album out. It's called Fast Nasties and Everything Else in the Universe. Available all over the places you usually consume music. And so we're finishing up releasing stuff with that, the release cycle with that. The next album is done. It's recorded, mixed, mastered.
Nice.
It's in the can. Done. The album after that, we are almost done recording. Well, so it's the project after that. It's 2 EPs. One is a 6-song children's album for adults called Jumping on the Bed.
Okay.
And because it's like, so I got 13 nieces and nephews, and I've heard what music marketed towards children sounds like. It's trash. Who likes spaghetti? I like spaghetti.
Yeah.
Ew.
I love spaghetti.
Like I'm just thinking, like, what parent wants to be sitting in the car listening to this bullshit? So we put together a 6-song EP of songs that like parents can also listen to and also get into.
Nice, love it.
The other one is a Spanish EP called En Español.
Oh,
So it's a Fast Nasties album.
yes.
But it's in Spanish. So
That's
it's not like we're
awesome.
trying to we're not trying to make a reggaeton album.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's some Latin flavors to it, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's us. But
I
it's in Spanish.
love that.
I love that.
So that we've got, I would say 95% of the tracking is done.
Wow.
We just got to get a couple more background vocals. I need to add percussion. Andreas needs to do some guitar stuff. But that's almost done. The full-length album, and the reason why is we're only doing EPs for those.
Yeah.
We've never released an EP.
Oh.
Yeah, we've done full-length. The EP project is, I think, releases number 9 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to get toward the back end of either one of those and just be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But just a quick 6 on each side. Great.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The album after that is completely written.
Wow.
We're just waiting for the band to catch up and the recording sessions and all that to catch up. And then we're maybe a quarter of the way through of writing the album after that. That's going to be our juke joint project. We'll call it Sad Bastards, Blues Bar, and Bail Bonds.
Oh, I love it. God, the title's so good.
Oh my God, this sounds awesome.
So, but it ain't coming out till like 2027.
Yeah.
But we're that far ahead. Now with
Wow.
the Soul Review, it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't even say more or less. It's just me. Like, I write the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And same process where I'll start with the title, but with that I'll go straight to a bass line. Give me the bottom on that,
Yeah.
and then I'll go up and hang out with a rhythm guitar player, Don, and we'll scratch out the rhythm part. And Don has a drum set, so if it's something that he can catch,
That's great.
right.
He's so far north now, but yeah.
Well, he's always been in my place since
I'm the one that moved. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's my fault. Yeah.
In fact, it's Tribunal that's playing at Central tonight.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Amazing.
And so it takes a little bit longer of a process, because again, the Soul Review is twice as large. So, and as you mentioned earlier, I like to give people their shot. This is not if I just wanted them to be a backup band,
Mhm.
then it would just be Eric Blue.
Yes.
It wouldn't be Eric Blue and the Soul Review. It would just be
Yeah.
Eric Blue. But I respect them too much to do it. That to not let them have shine. Like even I've written songs for other musicians in my band just because I know they also sing.
Yeah.
In fact, our first single, I didn't sing on that. Brad sung on that song called "That's What It's All About." And so it takes a little bit longer to come up with music. Like Soul Review, our last album was 2018. We'll be releasing here at the end of the summer. Soul-O-Matic, look out for it. Soul-O-Matic.
Awesome.
And that's coming. And that's been in the works for a few years.
You just answered my next question. This is great. Keep going.
Okay. And they're all just, they're both bands, writing for both bands, and like just the processes involved. And I say that plural because there's a process to songwriting.
Yes.
Then there's a process to recording.
Yes.
Then there's a process to releasing. Then there's a process to, the marketing, and it's just everything involved. And I love all of them, and it's one of the few places in my life that I can compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Like being in the studio is like, it really is kind of like being in the kitchen, cooking up something, and you need more salt, and it's too much of this, versus being on stage, baby. Ain't nothing like rocking the house.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is like a drug for me.
It is.
Is then and for karaoke too, like you're completely right with I can do karaoke here at the house. I use it as kind of a practicing new songs, and there are things on my list I have removed because I'm like, oh no.
Yes.
But like it's not the same as going to like a bar or something and performing it in front of people.
Yes.
It's a completely different animal, and it's like that little bump you get.
Yes. It's
But
awesome.
being with a band is completely like that times 10 for me.
Oh yeah.
Because then you're sharing it with other people, and you're bringing together something like you're creating that song you guys wrote together, and it's just, oh god, give me lines of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, just tap it to my veins.
Please, yeah. But I will say I'm gonna pause it because I have a part 2.
Okay.
I have 3 more of these cards here. I want you to write on these ones. On each card, you're going to be writing a celebrity.
Okay.
We're going to keep it to celebrities that are still alive. Any celebrity that you want, A-list, B-list, C-list, it's whatever. Associate producer, can you please hand me the other envelope, please? So mine is sealed.
Okay.
I don't know. Viewers, we have an envelope with my name on it. I was not part of this. I don't know what's in the envelope. It is sealed. So just throwing that out there.
That's a celebrity.
Oh, yeah, Seal is a celebrity.
Is.
So again, like and subscribe.
Yes.
We're going to be coming out with new stuff. Eric, that was going to be my question for this is what is the future for you? But you have that album. You got albums coming out 2027. Like you were just you're ready.
We're that far ahead.
That's awesome for your timeline.
Both of my bands
Go ahead
are
and put in your info.
releasing albums at the end of the summer, maybe into the fall. But within the next 6 months. Well, really, within the next 3 months,
too.
because in order to get nominated for a Grammy, you have to be released by the end of August.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just how that is.
I've always wanted to be one of those the people that are the seat savers
Yes.
for the Grammys.
That's a thing.
I'll keep your seat warm. I'll make it look like the audience is here.
Yeah.
I just want
I get to dress up fancy.
the aura, like the energy that would be in that room would be amazing. Like it's just oh god.
I just want to dress up fancy.
I do just want to dress up fancy. Do they get to walk the red carpet? Like what is the whole thing with that?
I
But
don't know.
it's that'd be so much fun. Honestly, for you to be nominated too, like would be.
Oh my god.
We will have a nomination party.
Well, I was nominated for a nomination because there's a couple rounds of voting.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
I squealed.
But it was
It's like,
album of the year.
No.
yeah. We'll have a little soiree,
Yes.
as they say.
Soiree.
We'll have snacks, fancy snacks.
Hope so.
Good. That's good. Go ahead and put that baby in your envelope. So just so everybody knows, future shows. So recent Once Fast Nasties played at the Blue Moon on June 8th, and the Eric Blue and the Soul Review was a
Saturday
high
night.
dive with Bog on this past Thursday.
They're really good, by the way. Can we talk about it real quick?
Oh,
Like-
I've played. Yeah, they're amazing.
Well, because
I've jammed with them before.
so
yeah.
this was a show that I did not put together, but I was like, okay, well, this was the first one up for the year because we just kind of chill out for winter and spring because a lot of people, particularly in Seattle,
Yeah.
Don't go out.
don't go out. So it's like, and we were talking about like post pandemic, 9 years before I ever
Yes.
played an empty room, and then I had 2 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
And I'm like, oh, hell no. And it was a thing like, well, I know it's not me because we definitely don't suck.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those kind of super rainy Friday nights in early February.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, no,
And like
Rain,
nobody's
rain,
going
rain.
out, nobody's doing nothing. And like you can promote to the platforms all you want to,
Yeah.
but
It got dark at 5.
yeah,
kinda
if
too,
people
so-
if people are not going out in that shit and they know
Mhm.
after 10 years, well, he's definitely going to be back
Yeah.
in
Yes.
the spring.
Yeah.
We can see him again.
Yeah.
Then they don't do that. So I'm like, you know what? We'll maybe take a May show if it's
Yeah.
a good show. But other than that, like I don't really like performing that time of year. That's the time of year that I like to get my projects going. That's the time of year
Yes.
that's the time of year that I like to record and
Mhm.
do those.
I'm the
types
same
of-
way. I want to that's my Renaissance era. Is
Mhm.
when I will retreat, write,
Mhm.
plan out,
Yeah.
get my summer plan out because that's the big shows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the shows, the
and you're
festivals.
busy this summer.
Busy.
Yeah, you are.
Busy.
You have Bog. I know all of them.
Oh,
Some of the most
nice.
talented musicians.
They're
Henry,
really good.
all of them. All of them are probably some of the most talented musicians I've ever played with. I only had like 2 practices with them for a project that ended up falling through, which
Mm.
sucked. But they are some of the most talented people
Mhm.
I've ever met. And Henry alone on drums is like,
Yep.
whoa.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, they're
Yeah.
really good, and I was pleasantly surprised because
they're solid.
I think Brad put this show together,
Okay.
and I am used to headlining. We actually opened this show
Oh, wow.
because it was a Thursday, and 13 people, and folks got to get up for work, and so it's like
Yeah.
we're maybe not first show out of the box for the year.
Yeah.
Let's just open, do middle support or something like that, just to get our legs back under us.
Yeah.
So usually I'm there to like kind of see the band before going.
Yeah.
But we did our thing, and I don't know if you're familiar with the concept called show high.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
as soon as you get off the stage,
Yes.
you're like, that shit was dope. Let's do some
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was down for a live music night.
It was an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you get it. Yeah.
And up comes Bog, and like I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting kind of
Is it all music? Like what is Bog? Like I know they're coming on the show. I haven't heard their music yet. Just for this project.
I mean, it's kind of rocky.
Okay.
It's kind of mellow.
Mhm.
All right.
A lot of it kind of reminds me of Satriani.
Oh,
Yeah, Joe Satriani.
Nice.
But more of a rock vibe to it for
Mhm.
sure.
nice.
But they're definitely worth the quid to go see them.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
going to. Yeah, I wanted to go to this show, but me with work, I can't.
Well,
Just like, I'm gonna catch the
rent
next
don't
one.
pay itself.
Yeah, used to
You
get up
don't.
so early now.
Yeah.
But you have coming up. You have the Eric Blue and the Soul Review is played at Edmonds Pride.
Yep.
Which is next week.
Yep.
And then, which I will definitely try to be at that one.
We're at 3:00.
I
Very well.
3:00.
It's
3
an
o'clock,
afternoon
Edmonds
thing,
Pride.
so
And then
I'll be at Solstice. Sorry.
a lot of people will be at
Solstice is that day too.
Yeah, it is.
You come first, then Solstice. And then Fast Nasties is at Daryl's sometime in July. And then Eric Blue and the Soul Review is playing Triple Door in September with Stax Bros. And is it Massey Ferguson?
Massey Ferguson.
Massey
Yep,
Ferguson.
Massey Ferguson.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also we just Soul Review just picked up Daryl's also
Nice.
a week before the Triple Door.
Oh,
show.
nice. Okay.
So the Triple Door show is it's a pretty cool little thing that we're doing. So David and Stax Brothers and Ethan and Massey Ferguson and I are buddies, and it's Ethan's or Massey Ferguson's album release.
Oh, awesome.
So Stax Brothers are going to open for Ethan, and we're playing the after party in the Musicarium.
Oh.
So it's going to be, and they
That's-
haven't used the Musicarium.
In a while.
They haven't used it much, if at all, since the pandemic.
Just COVID, yeah.
So I'm really.
I live
we
right
go
by
into
there.
that one.
I live right by there,
Mhm.
so
we
I
gotta
could
go.
have stumbled
I'll go
right
with
over there.
Yeah. We'll post all these dates
Yes.
too on our website.
And-
Because the website's updated now. We have our own calendar thing. So
I
if you're
saw
actually, you
it.
saw it. Thank you. I did that the other day. I'm pretty proud of myself.
You should be. Because,
Yeah,
let me tell you something. Putting together and maintaining a website is also kind of
it's a lot.
a labor. It's a
Yeah.
bit much.
Doing bios and everything, and the whole thing has been a lot. But
Mhm.
I will have all the dates for you, and we'll promote that too, because
Mhm.
you and everybody should experience
Yes.
Fast Nasties
Yes.
and Eric Blue and the Silver.
Yes, they should.
100%.
Yes.
I'm
I
not
agree.
just. I'm not buttering you up. It's just a
Yes,
thing. I
it
would
really
say it
is.
even if he wasn't here.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
Leave your house.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Yes. If you're gonna leave your house once a month, go see that.
Go to that show because it's seriously like you will move. You will
Mhm.
move
Well, I
even
don't
though
like
you're
doing
just, I'm not gonna
downer
move. You will move.
shows.
No.
No,
You
it's
know-
it's just the performance alone
Yes.
is just so high energy.
So fun.
Everybody does have their moment to shine.
Well,
and
there's a
it's
lot
just-
of big energies on that
It's
stage.
Yes,
so
there
much
is.
So,
energy. Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, we're gonna go see them again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think we should do part 3.
and
And so
Oh wait, one more thing though.
Oh, yeah,
one
go
more
ahead,
thing I
go
want to
ahead,
plug
go
because
ahead.
I am in
plug
shameless
away.
promo.
Plug
Yes.
ball.
plug it.
So just me, 12th and 13th of
Oh,
July.
okay.
That I'll be at also at Triple Door, but performing with the Last Waltz.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Last Waltz is a tribute to the band.
Mhm.
we watch it every Thanksgiving.
Okay, so there
Yeah.
you go. So Seattle does it every year,
Yeah.
day after
Didn't know
Thanksgiving.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and I've been participating in it for maybe the past 5 or 6 iterations of it.
Oh.
I think 2016 was my first one,
Yeah.
and there was not a 2020 one, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think we did do 21, 22, 23. Yeah. And so 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23.
Wow.
So that's 7 years.
Wow.
And so they do a kind of summertime offshoot of it. And this year we're doing 2 nights, Friday and Saturday, the 12th and
The
the
12th and
13th.
13th.
Yeah, 12.
Also a Triple Door. And I'll be doing a few tunes in that too. I'll be doing what am I doing? Ophelia
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and Caledonia Mission
Oh.
and Volcano
Ooh.
and one other song, I think.
I
But-
love the band a lot.
Yeah, and
It's
so
one of my
like, and this is like a who's who of Seattle
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it has
vocalists,
That's
to be.
right?
It's
That's awesome.
a
Um,
huge thing.
and we come in, and they've got this massive band with just this wall of horns, like 8 or 10 horns. Like
Wow.
I thought I was doing something in the Soul Review
Yeah.
with my little puny 5 horns. No, this is just like a golden shower of power. Just, I have never played in front of just so many musicians and like
Yeah.
5 background singers, and it's like,
That's crazy.
am I at the Met or something? What is this?
So cool.
So that's another thing that that will just be me without my peeps.
Oh
But-
my god. Okay.
That's
well,
But then we also got shows all into the fall and everything. So, our Halloween show. We're
Oh.
trying to do so every year for Halloween. We do like a tribute show.
Okay.
So last year was Morris Day and Time.
Mhm.
Year before that was Lionel Richie
Mhm.
/ the Commodores.
Oh, nice.
We've done Rick James, you know,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So this year we've decided to do PFAW
Hey.
and
Woo!
try to make it a skating party. And so
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Let's see. That sounds amazing.
Mhm.
You let me know the details on that one.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you know the details.
I know you will. You'll find me
Yeah.
everything.
Okay,
Go.
so now that I've done all my shameless plugging,
Oh no, it's not shameless.
Part
You're
three.
busy.
Shameless.
oh no, it's pretty shameless because I have
Oh.
no shame.
We'll plug it up. I love you so much. Oh, let's do part 3. So we're gonna take our envelopes that have our names on them.
Mhm.
So Eric, Amy, I, Jet, have my own envelope. So what we're doing is you have 3 objects written down in your
Yep.
envelopes, and you have 3 celebrities. This is called the birthday game. So all 3 celebrities, you have to pick which object you would give that
Okay.
celebrity.
Yep.
So you're gonna assign one object to each person in your envelope.
Okay.
So you can't repeat where one celebrity gets the same gift as another person. It's one object per celebrity. Why would you give them that? So this should be pretty fun. And I haven't seen mine. I don't know who's in here or what's in here. So
Okay,
All right. I'm ready.
I think I'm all set. Well,
oh my god. Oh my goodness.
what'd you
Oh
get?
my goodness. I have well here,
Well,
let's
we'll do the game.
oh, you really screwed me over on this. Okay. Okay, so we'll have the guests go
Okay.
first.
am I doing all 3 of
Yeah, go ahead and read your objects.
Okay, so just the objects or the
Yeah,
person
go
who
ahead
came
and
in
read
too?
just the objects
Okay,
first.
so my objects are tree polish.
Oh, go on the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, how about hi, I'm back. So my 3 objects are tree polish, season 1 of Pee Wee's Playhouse on Blu-ray,
Oh my god.
and a bidet.
Hey, that's a good gift. We have one of those
Oh, that's
upstairs.
Oh my god!
Game changer,
So
right?
my roommate put one in about a year and some change ago, and it just changed my life. Like I get almost offended when I gotta use toilet paper like a sucker.
Me too.
Like, I mean, listen, the poop gun there's nothing like it. I know people are kind of afraid of the ass action going on back there, but it's just water.
yeah.
Listen, I
It's cut down on our toilet paper use a lot.
Yes.
oh yeah, because
Yeah.
like all you need is just a dab,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of
Just make sure. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
So those are my 3.
I'm putting
Okay.
one. I'm putting one downstairs. The one upstairs is a bidet and has a heated seat.
Yeah, it's
So when
awesome.
we've lost power before and you don't have that heated seat, I'm
That's
like,
a problem.
man, I've been spoiled. Like, hop up off that thing so quick. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like,
God.
you call yourself a 5-star restaurant?
Yes. How dare you?
Dare you, sir?
Oh, and then what are your 3 celebrities?
My 3 celebrities are Bill Burr,
Okay.
Oh, okay. Love Bill Burr.
Diana Ross,
Oh.
Okay.
and the Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Oh,
Okay.
So how are you gonna give these gifts out? Who's gonna get what? And if you want to explain why too.
Okay.
You don't have to, but
Well, I'm giving season 1 of Pee Wee's Playhouse on Blu-ray to Bill Burr,
Yeah.
just because it just makes me laugh so much.
Yes.
And Bill Burr makes me laugh so much. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe a melding of the 2.
Yeah.
He's going to be in town here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple weeks. I'm actually working
gonna
that
see
show, hospitality for that show.
Ooh.
Because, you know, I got a million hustles going on and I don't have to sell ass or crack rock to do any of it. I'm giving the tree polish
Mhm.
to Diana Ross
Okay.
because tree polish does not exist, which means it's something that she doesn't have already.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm giving the bidet to Minister Farrakhan because I just feel like he needs a little loosening up.
I love it.
All right, love it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with some things he says.
Yeah.
When it gets into the anti-Semitism and that sort of thing,
Yeah, then you lose me.
you lose me there. But
Oh, Amy.
Oh no.
Oh, Amy.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
Okay.
Give me those objects.
So I did a decanter.
Okay.
mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That kind of makes sense for your
Yeah.
thing. Yep.
A dildo.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew somebody was gonna do it. All right.
And a butt plug.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
There's a theme. All right. What
Yeah.
celebrities are gonna get some spicy objects?
I did Chris
I feel like
Evans.
all of those
Chris
belong in the
Evans.
same room, though.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll just put all these celebrities in the same room too. See how it phases
See
out.
how it goes.
I did Amy
No dig.
Mann
Chris Evans and Amy Mann. Okay.
and Chris Christopherson.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm gonna give the decanter to Chris Christopherson.
I was hoping you would. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
you know, he
Yeah.
seems like a guy who would like a decanter.
not
I'm
a
gonna
dick canter.
no.
I had to. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist it.
Happy
I'm gonna-
Pride.
I'm gonna give the dildo to Amy Mann
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that's a good gift that any lady would like. And then I'm gonna give the butt plug to Chris Evans because he's America's ass.
Mm,
He is
So
America's
it,
ass.
it might
Just-
need to
Yeah.
yeah.
have a plug in it.
A little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't read all mine yet. I just saw the first two. I have cheeseburger,
Oh,
That's a thing.
a Roman candle,
okay.
and a swamp.
Okay.
Which is a
Go on.
location, not really an object, but all right.
It's kind of an
I'll
object.
allow
It's a
it.
thing.
It's a thing.
Harry Potter had a swamp that they made in the. a
Don't
portable
defend
swamp.
him.
Yeah, and you sit in a hot car on a leather seat too long, you will have your own personal
Yes,
swamp.
you will. Swamp.
Right around the taint.
Yep.
They're all J's. I have Julia Roberts, Jared Leto, and John Cena.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Who's
all
getting
right.
what now?
All right. I'm gonna pick. Oh my. Okay. Well, I think Jared Leto seems like a vegan, so I'm gonna give him not the cheeseburger. I'm gonna do the Roman candle.
Yeah.
For Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
He's wild. Like he's been climbing up to the top of his stages and stuff, and like doing some crazy
Yeah.
shit. So I feel like that's something he would want is to shoot off a Roman candle at the
yeah.
top of it and be
Yes.
like, yeah, he has like a Jesus-esque thing going on too. It's really weird.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna give him the Roman candle.
I feel like that would be a good band name.
Roman candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Julia Roberts, I'm gonna give her a cheeseburger because I've watched. This is so weird. I've watched her in movies where she eats, and she's actually really sexy when she eats. It's so weird. She just looks. I think it was
Pretty
Runaway
Woman.
Bride. Oh, Pretty Woman too.
Yeah.
But Runaway Bride, I remember her eating like the different eggs, trying them and
Mhm.
stuff, and I'm like, she's a pretty eater.
Mhm.
We're gonna go with that
Okay.
one. That one just makes it. I don't know any other way to explain
No.
it. Okay.
Sure.
And then
So the swamp goes
to John Cena because you also wouldn't be able to see him in a swamp. So
Yeah.
as you can't see him, we let him right in and he's just coming to get you.
Yeah. Swamp monster. I mean, I'd be
Taking
cool
a
finding
tour.
John Cena in a swamp. I'd be like, what's that?
I guess John Cena. Wait, I can't
Bear or John Cena? John
Yeah.
Cena.
see
I'd
him. That's
pick a
what
John
mine.
Cena.
Yeah. So that's our little gift game.
There's not very
that was
many
fun.
situations where you wouldn't really appreciate seeing John Cena.
I know, right?
Oh God, yeah. I have WWE tickets for this year. I'm wearing a CM Punk shirt right now. I love WWE, and I know he's not going to be there, but there's still that little bit of hope that John Cena's going to
Yeah.
pop up. And we have like I put so much thought into getting the tickets too, because I'm like, if you're on the lower part, they're gonna have the signs. I'm not gonna see. I'm gonna instantly mad, and the tickets were expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I did find like suite level, like right above that front row. I'm like, I can put this on a credit card. We don't have to talk about how much this is. But I'm right there. And I'm like, oh my God. And if John Cena comes out, or The Undertaker, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, which I know all three of these are not going to happen, well, lose my shit. I'm going to lose my shit.
Stranger things have happened, though.
That is
so
stranger
things
I feel like you losing your shit would be stranger than them actually coming out. So.
That's true. Oh man, but this has been amazing.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that we were able to have you as the opener.
Yes.
Listen, anytime.
Months of
Anytime.
We'll get you your own little special cover.
I'll bring my mic next time.
Yeah, bring your mic. This could be, we would love to have you on and do another game, the one that we were talking about earlier. But we've had so much history that I'm just like, I was making and I was talking with Amy about it. I'm like, who would we want on the show? Actually, first, who would I want to have at my house?
Yeah.
And that part was, that's why I was just like, you coming over? You. But we wanted to make sure it was somebody that we could definitely mesh with, but has so much to give, and you were just right. Number one, number two, number three. So it took me a while to even come up with anybody. Right off the gate, it's like Eric Blue.
Yep.
Thank you.
So
it
means a lot that you're here.
It means a lot to be asked to be here, because I get so busy in my own shit that I sometimes forget that you have a lot of interesting, cool things going on, right?
Yeah.
And people want to hear about these things.
Yes.
It's good for me to talk about these things too, to remind myself,
look at all the shit I've done.
Still pretty cool.
You are
still got it. Still got it.
Yeah, this has been.
I don't have more of this delicious beverage.
Yeah.
Can we do that again?
Yeah, we will. You know what? I think the pizza's here too. So
let's go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you.
You're welcome anytime.
I love you too.
Right,
I love you. I haven't seen you in forever.
That's Mallory. She's gonna we are gonna be having her show debut next week too. So make sure you listen for the Velvet Voices Library and the Cabernet Chronicles with Amy. But thank you so much.
Thank you,
Amy.
Yes.
And thank you for tuning in to Love and Danger. We love you. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode and more content. So make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. And we will also have the lineup for Eric's busy schedule. And we'll see you next week. I got a jet. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Take care.